Hey guys, this is Oracle Daphne. My name is Beth, and I'm back again doing your mid-September 2015 monthly tarot horoscopes for everyone with their ascendant, sun, and moon in the lovely Taurus. So I'm excited to get to you guys and see what we have in store. I am back again using my regular Shadowscapes deck by Stephanie Puimunla. And I am going to be using this deck continuously for some time, so you don't have to worry. I'm not bringing back my sex and relationship videos for some time. I'm only going to be doing those on occasion, once in a while now. So yeah, and I'm going to be getting a new deck soon, probably bringing it out sometime during the winter months, but not for a while yet. So let me lay out a spread for you. Let's see what we get. I hope you know your September's good. You've got kind of a mixed bag, I would say, for you Taurus. Okay, so I'm going to go through this slowly and carefully because there's a lot going on in this spread, and it's very conflicting information. So, okay, so I'm kind of looking at another way here just to be sure I kind of take it all in. So similarly to Aries, you got the Eight of Cups in reverse, and I did shuffle quite a bit actually. So the Eight of Cups in reverse is my favorite card in the whole deck. It's a card about ascension. It's a card about, so there may actually be a death in the family at the end of September for you, Taurus. And I hope that's not the case, but it may actually be like that for you. Sorry, the light in here is really funny now all of a sudden. Strange. I don't know what's going on with the light in here. Very strange. It looks really yellow. I know the light's changing outside. So, what was I saying? Oh yeah. So there may be a death in the family. I don't really feel like it's really about that though. I feel like there's other things going on. Middle of September is quite an interesting time for you because I feel like this card is all about completion, coming home, going home, traveling home, going to a place where you feel home. This is a completion card. This is about, being in this very harmonious state of mind, kind of getting in touch with your own divinity, your own divine wisdom. And a lot of times this is the old soul card, okay? Someone who has a lot of light, healing abilities. This is just, your soul may be what you call a star seed, where your soul may have reincarnated from a different, soul planet someplace else, soul group someplace else in the galaxy. So this is completion of like the highest order. In a sense, your soul completing its sort of soul mission or soul purpose. So it may actually seem like quite a challenging time, okay, when you're kind of going through that completion process. But like once you've hit that point, once you get to that sweet spot, it's very, very sweet. And you have 4 other cards, the past, recent past, what's crowning you in the immediate future as being very, very strong positive cards, which are completely in support of this, okay? So you may have felt it, you may not have felt it, you may have felt like it's been more of a struggle. Some of you may feel like you've hit the sweet spot and you're there and you're really kind of middle of September enjoying that time, okay? You got the Queen of Cups as the foundation. So I'm going to talk about these 4 cards first here. So this is in the distant past, also known as what I call the foundation card. And this is a card, and I see this as you being you, Taurus females. This is you. But it also may be if you're in a relationship with, or you were in a relationship with a Scorpio, Cancer, Pisces female, okay? Can also sometimes indicate a Virgo or a Capricorn female sometimes. As there's a lot of earth elements here. But this is a card about deep trust, okay? It's not trusting that you're going through a transition, that things are going to work out okay. She's psychic, she has intuition, she's using her intuition. This is a very deep person. So Taurus, you may have been in a relationship, like I said, I see her as being primarily a Scorpio. Scorpio, Pisces, Cancer, or sometime one of the earth signs, okay? But like I said, this could be you. But she's the foundation. For you to have this as the foundation because the word's deep trust, and this is the foundation. This is the lowest part of the reading. This is major. Trust is your foundation. So that's really, 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 really positive. But it also means if you're kind of going through transition, this is a time of major transition. Major transition. So we're talking in career. We're talking in your love life. We're talking in your social group, what's surrounding you, place of residence. I mean, all these things are part of that. So I wouldn't be surprised if you changed jobs, if you changed partners, if you changed friends, if your community changed. I mean, all these things I feel like are going to change for you. You have the career card in the recent past, which is coming and sitting on top of a mountain. This can indicate a raise, a promotion, an opportunity to get to the next level as far as your career. This goes for guys and girls. So it's a very, very positive career card. It's a very positive card in general. If you're just at that place in your life where you feel like you've accomplished a lot, it's kind of that definition of like traveling far and learning much. You get to a place where you're sitting on top of a mountain and you really look down and you look back over your life and you say, oh my gosh, I've learned so much, I've done so much, I've gone so many places. So it's a really powerful card. And you have the Two of Cups crowning you. So it's like the focus was career in the recent past, but now the focus is relationship. You may be married, you may be in a committed relationship, you may want to be in a committed relationship. And the Two of Cups to me is friendship, but also romance. Romance, commitment, love. I mean, it's very, very positive for you. If you're looking to meet someone, you could definitely meet someone middle of September. And, I feel like for those of you who are single and dating, I feel like this is almost like a one-night stand, Taurus. So it may just be like a one-time thing. Generally, though, it's a commitment. But because you have a whole bunch of other cards coming later in September, I don't really feel like it's going to last that long, okay? And so you may have kind of like a love interest, somebody on the side, something that you're crushing really hard on. Love is there. Love is kind of always in the background for Taurus because Taurus is lovey-dovey, But I want to say that I just feel like it's kind of a moment. It's like there's a spotlight. The spotlight in the distant past was trust. The spotlight in the recently, was career. The spotlight now is romance, commitment, your relationship, your partner. Maybe spending more time with your partner, getting married. Some of you may be getting married, and then celebrating because it comes after this marriage. So some of you may be doing all that, and it's a really positive relationship. You've completed a lot of karma. So nothing stands in the way of you having this relationship if you are getting married. very, very positive for you, Taurus. The thing is that in the future here, there's some major challenges with the last several cards. So for those of you who are happily married, this does not apply to you, okay? And I would recommend strongly, if you're struggling in your marriage or struggling in your relationship, to email me to schedule a private reading, because this is where it's really going to be, I cannot speak for everybody, and it's really going to be it needs to be individualized, okay? Because there's a lot of stuff that's going to be happening at the end of September, which may not apply to you, okay? But it might. So we have the Nine of Swords crossing you. So despite the fact you have these, and this is the fear card, okay? You can see he's looking up, you know, and he's seeing all these crows, and he doesn't see that he can't really see the light at the end of the tunnel because he's so worried about the birds. He thinks the birds are going to come down and pluck his eyeballs out, but they're not, okay? So it's the fear card. It's like the definition of being afraid of what's out there, and the boogeyman and whatnot, and getting into a new relationship. So it's weird because you have all this positive stuff, the spotlight's kind of happening in certain areas of your life, Taurus, and yet you have this kind of like dark cloud of fear kind of hanging over you. All the worst case scenarios, things going through your head, of things that could happen, that won't happen, but they could happen, worry, and you know, being afraid of getting hurt, having this fear of loss. So, Taurus, if you're, you know, about to get married, or if you're about to get engaged, you may have some cold feet, or it sort of feels like very cold feet kind of thing. I want to say it's like cold feet, you know, like, which is funny for Taurus, because Taurus is the hooves that are really dug deep, you know, it's like they're really strong and sturdy, but you may be feeling like cold feet, like at the last second, you may be kind of worried, like, am I doing the right thing? What am I doing in my career? What am I doing in my relationship? All this stuff may be going through your head. So it's sort of just like a little dark cloud. I don't feel like it's a major dark cloud. Mid-September, I feel like it's just kind of a minor thing. You know, you may be so freaked out that everything's going so well that you may just be like, oh my gosh, everything's going really great, and you're just freaking out about it. You know? Or you just may have that little dark cloud that's following around that you need to let go of, because really it's not real, okay? It's not what's really happening. It's just all in your head, okay? That, you know, the worst case scenario could happen kind of thing. So it's negative thinking. You need to think more positively, okay? Because there's a lot of positive stuff that's happening in your life that's good. I want to say that's very good. Very positive. I mean, I feel like you have a lot of positive people around you. I feel like if you are in a happy, healthy relationship, it's good. So it's just like me, this worry or fears that are coming up that you need to kind of address, okay, for yourself. So we have the Three of Cups. So the Three of Cups is a celebration. The Three of Cups is going out, needing to go out more, needing to have more fun, needing to be social with girlfriends, boyfriends, you know, getting out there. And so this is where it kind of gets tough, because the end of September feels kind of rough for you, Taurus. I'm not going to lie to you here. It feels rough because things may not be going the way you want them to go, okay? And you may be wanting to control things, and it's the more you try to control it, the worse it gets. So it kind of feels very much almost like your worries manifest into this spiral, okay? um, that causes a lot of, I want to say, friction, okay, in your life. And I don't even feel like it is with your partner, or if you're in a relationship, it is with your partner, or it's with other people, it's families. I feel like there's a strong family element here of friction. Could be at your workplace too, where there's friction. It just feels very, it's like tense. I want to say tense, okay? So do your best, Taurus, to get a massage, to do some body work, to take really long walks, to breathe, to meditate, to clear your mind of this chaos that seems to be kind of going around. It seems to be around you. Okay, you have two cards here, which I don't like seeing them in the same reading. Okay, doing the same position. Okay, so you have these two, which are the control cards. So this is major control. This is almost like to a point where you won't let up at all and you're forcing it. And this will be to your detriment because the outcome is the Five of Pentacles, which is sadness and loneliness and wondering when you're going to be Mr. Right, and being upset in general, okay? So I'm going to show you, okay? So you see these two cards here. This card is the Knight of Swords, the Knight of Swords. And the Knight of Swords is facing that direction. And you see, we have the Queen of Swords up here. Also, they're facing the same direction. They're armed and ready for battle, okay? They're looking out. So in your emotions, you're like, I'm going in for the kill. I'm going to fight to the death. I'm going to win, okay? You're determined. You're controlling it. You're like, I need it to happen, and this is how it's going to be, okay? And then in the position of your attitude, you're like, get it done. Do it now. Those are the things that are like, this is your attitude. And this is also about, and this Queen of Swords may not be you, it may be somebody else, okay? This is a lot of times it's an Aquarius or Capricorn female, but you may have some Taurus. There's a lot of Taurus Capricorn combinations out there. Taurus Capricorn Aquarius combinations. And if that's you, you have some major control issues here. And I want to say OCD potentially too, because this is like where you need to control it so badly that you can't really let go. And the Queen of Swords is distrustful and is very much like, I deserve to be treated right. I want loyalty and trust no matter what. She won't settle for less. She expects perfection. She expects it to get it done right the first time. She has been hurt before in relationships. She's been hurt before in life. She's bitter. She's bitter because she doesn't like being treated unfairly. She doesn't like being treated poorly. And she will expect you to get it done and get it right. And in relationships, she can come off as quite, well, to other people, she can come off as being quite cold and rude, and demanding, okay? Demanding. She definitely wants it done right, This is the Ice Queen, the Fairy Queen, Bridezilla, okay? So, your attitude is, you're blocking the universe. You're not allowing, in two different places, you're not allowing the universe, the divine energy, and the will of heaven to come into your life. You're just like making it happen, and the more you do that, the worse I feel it will be for you. You might have a thing if you're a it could be a guy or a girl. You may have a thing for a male air sign as well, because you have the Queen of Swords and the Knight of Swords. This could be family. This could be family members. And there's fights in the family. There's conflict in the family. The Knight of Swords card is a lot about conflict, okay? This is sharp words, arguments. And you have the arguments and stress card coming in from the outside. So it wouldn't surprise me if there was some major things, the shindig going down in the family at the end of September for you, Taurus. Really wouldn't be surprised. There's just a lot of drama here. This is drama. This is the Knight of Swords wanting his way. And then you, the Queen of Swords, or you know, it may not be you, but you, the Queen of Swords, wants your way. Or there's someone in your family that wants their way too. And the two kind of go head to head, and it's a train wreck. And then you end up upset. Or somebody gets hurt at the end. You know, if you have a thing for this knight, if this is the person that you kind of fallen in love with, you may get into an argument. It may be a blowout, and this ends in breakup. So this is why I say, for some of you, you're getting married and you're going to live happily ever after because you have the Three of Cups and celebration. Then some of you are potentially getting into a relationship. Even some of you are getting married, and then it's like the day after it's over for some reason. It's really weird. It's like it goes from like everything la-di-da, la-ti-da, everything's like happy, so the birds are singing, and then boom, like you have this conflict. You have the emotional conflict. You have the arguments. You have the fighting. You have the Queen of Swords sticking the knife in and twisting it, and then it's over. She is on her bed crying her eyeballs out. So, you know, I feel like you may be disappointed. You may be setting yourself up for disappointment if you are getting into thinking that this one-time thing, if this is a one-time thing for you, is going to last longer than it is, okay? Or last. It may not last. It may just be kind of a love affair that comes to an end. And I want to say really and truly it's coming to an end. You know, this is the chicken shit card. So you may meet someone. This may be the completion of karma. This may be a karmic relationship. You may have fallen in love with this person, and this relationship may not last for whatever reason because it was a karmic relationship. They got scared, and it's not going to work. Those of you who are single, I feel very strongly this is a family thing. There's strong family problems here, major problems here. This could be fighting with your mom, fighting with your brother, fighting with your sister, fighting with your children. There's just a lot of characters here with this argument. To me, it's like a blowout. Everybody's involved. It may just be like an event. Look, I want to say it's like an event, like where it's like one day, maybe it's a family get together, and then the whole thing ends in this, you know, kind of thing where it just implodes. You know, I kind of want to say that. For others, it's really just your relationship coming to this point where it's a natural end, and I just want to say, I do feel like it will be over. So you may be in a relationship with an Aquarius, because this Queen of Swords came up for Aquarius. You may be in a relationship with a Pisces, because the Queen of Swords came up for Pisces as well. So maybe Taurus, Aquarius, Taurus, Pisces. That's kind of where I saw it. You know, so there may be some air combinations, because we have the Knight of Swords and the Queen of Swords. There may be some air combinations. Gemini, Libra as well. For you, Taurus, maybe in a relationship with a Gemini or Libra. But I'm going to pull another card because I don't like leaving off on a negative note. So it's interesting because I talked about the Queen of Cups having the foundation as trust, going through transition, and the final card is the Death card, which is transformation. So So some of you literally will have somebody in the family. Maybe it's them passing away that causes a major family thing, that's like a major upset, something that's major that happens. It could also just, because you have the Ascension card and the Death card together, to me, it's just like someone passes away. But, and someone's really upset about it. Someone who's really, really, really upset about it. And then just like everybody's feathers, it just feels like the feathers are ruffled. Everybody's feathers are ruffled. It gets your feathers ruffled, Taurus. And normally it's sort of like, again, things have been peaceful. Things have been going, pretty relatively well for you. And then we have everybody's feathers kind of getting ruffled and things kind of getting out of hand. In the end, I feel like it calms down because it's like there's an event, there's something that happens, your feathers get ruffled, and then everything kind of calms down because you're so upset. It's almost like the tears that you cry kind of release you from this whole thing. They kind of release you from that emotional, I want to say kerfuffle, whatever that word is. I don't know why I'm using that word, but it just kind of cleans you from that toxicity or that experience. And so the Death card generally doesn't mean death in my deck, okay? But because you have the Ascension card here, it could. Not for you, but for someone in your family. Or someone just, it could even be a friend too, as well, that passes away. But first, I feel like it's a family member. And then the Death card itself really means transformation and change. So you're going through transition, okay? Wherever the Death card shows up, it's transition. So at the end of September, all of this stuff will have happened for a reason. And it's part of your karmic experience, part of you transitioning, part of you going through, just some major changes, and it's necessary for your growth. So going into October, I feel like you're going to feel like a different person. I feel like I just feel like you're going to just be different. You're going to have a different approach to things. Like I said, your whole life might be different. Because of the end of what happens in the end of September. So message me and let me know what kind of goes on. This is very interesting to see, very dynamic kind of spread. I like these kinds of puzzle things that kind of come together in a puzzle type way, spreads that do that. It's very interesting. And so overall, it's not like bad. It's just that there's a lot of change and transition and stuff that you're going through that may be challenging. But in the end, I think, Taurus has the ability to overcome these kinds of things. It takes a lot to push a Taurus to its breaking point. And I don't think that you're going to be at that point. Some of you may honestly break up, but I feel like at the same time, I want to say for a lot of you, this is like external people. This isn't you. This is not pertaining to you. I feel like there's an event, something that happens, and everybody's feathers get ruffled. And I feel like it has to do with family. That's the main thing that comes to me very strongly. So yeah, so that's what I'm getting. I'm not getting anything else. So if you'd like a private reading, feel free to email me, elizabetholson31@gmail.com. I'd love to get you scheduled. And if you'd like to find out more about my pricing and payment and everything, that's under the About section on my YouTube channel. There's like a little About link. Just click on that and it'll take you to my schedule. And I don't have a website, so if you'd like a private reading, you're going to have to email me and I'll send you some times and dates that I'm available. So I will talk to you guys soon. Thanks so much, and I send you big hugs, big kisses, and I will talk to you guys again soon. Okay, take care.